All right, so next I want to talk about on color confirmations about how we put this data into the CRM. How do we take these colors that the homeowner, how do we as salespeople take the colors that the homeowner has told us that they want on their roof and make sure that that's the product that gets installed on their roof? Very important, right? Scariest thing for a roofing company is the idea of putting on the wrong color shingle and having to replace it because we had the wrong color in. So let's make sure that we get all of this right, that we have it accurate, and it's signed off by the homeowner. So what we are going to do is we're going to put all of this data into the CRM. The CRM is then going to auto-populate a document for us that has all of these colors on it, and then we're going to use that document and have the homeowner sign it. So there's the overview of the process. That's the goal. Now let's talk about how we do that. So first thing I want to lead you to is in a report that's going to help you check and make sure that you have everything in the system that you need for this color confirmation. So if you get onto the Job Nimbus website, go to reports, and then scroll down, you'll find a report that's labeled File Review Production 6, color confirmations. Now, if you pull up that report, it's going to give you a list of all of your files that should have color confirmations on it. So if it's in this report, it should be ready to have a color confirmation done on it. So what you'll notice in here is the first column is the name of the file. The second is the status, and then you've got all of your items that need to be put in for a color confirmation. So you'll see shingle manufacturer, shingle type, shingle color, all the way down the line. Now, what you'll notice is all of these are lined up in a specific order. So I've set them in there so that everything from shingle manufacturer to existing driveway damage needs to be filled out for this to be ready to go. So if you have any information missing, that means it's not ready to go. So you can pull up this report, you can look at it. Everything from shingle manufacturer to existing driveway damage needs to be put in there. Now after existing driveway damage, you'll see some other items that might be involved on your job or might not be involved on your job. So for example, gutter guard and gutter guard type. That might be necessary if you have a homeowner with gutter guards. If you don't have gutter guards involved, it's not necessary to fill out. Same thing with siding. If none of the siding was damaged, don't need to fill that out. Fascia, what else we got? Fascia and soffit. Again, if there's no fascia or soffit damaged, don't need to fill anything out. But for every job that you install, you will need everything filled out from shingle manufacturer all the way to existing driveway damage. So if you're doing a color confirmation and you don't know what needs to be filled into one of those spots, call somebody, ask, get it taken care of. This is how you know your color confirmation has been done completely, correctly, and needs to be done right. So let's talk about each one of these data items and how you fill that in. So first data item is going to be your shingle manufacturer. So that's shingle man period is how it's listed. If you get in the job, you should scroll down. You should find that listed. If you need help, grab somebody. They can show you where to find it. But shingle manufacturer, shingle type, shingle color. Hopefully that all makes sense. So if it's a GAF shingle, you're going to get in there, list that it's GAF. If they're doing Timberline, put that in there. And then then you're going to list the shingle color. So each one of these is listed in a different item. The next is drip edge. So you should have a metal gutter swatch or a metal swatch for drip edge. So keep in mind you should have two metal swatches that you do color confirmations with. One is going to be the metals for drip edge. One is going to be the metals for gutter install. The metal, the manufacturers for gutter metals is different from the manufacturers for drip edge colors. So they're two separate colors. You need to make sure you have the swatch for both. When you're doing drip edge, you pull out the drip edge swatch, put it up against the trim, pick out the color that the homeowner likes. When you're doing the gutter colors, you pick out those and pick out the color that the homeowner likes, but you the big point to keep in mind here is there are two different swatches. If you're running around with one swatch, then you're going to be picking out drip edge colors that we can't get for gutters, or vice versa. So make sure you have both swatches. If you don't have those yet, talk to your production manager, talk to your sales manager. Let's get those for you. The next is going to be there's an item that says shingle upgrade, and upgrades in all caps. That's going to be any upgrade charge that you charge for the shingle. So let's say the homeowner has a 3-tab and you charge them an additional $400 to upgrade to an architectural, or you want to charge them an additional $5,000 to upgrade to a designer shingle. That's where you'd put that amount into the you put that item into the CRM. The next item is existing ventilation. So you're going to want to notice, is there gable vents? Are there ridge vents? What type of ventilation is on the roof? So that's where you're going to put in that information. If you're not sure what type of ventilation is on the house, just take a photo of it, send it to me or another account manager. Say, hey, what is this ventilation? We'll answer it for you. If there's no ventilation on the roof, so you don't see a box vent or a ridge vent or a power vent on the roof, a lot of times if you look on the side near the top of the house, you'll see a gable vent. So it's basically just a vent that you'll see on the side of the house so that the air runs left to right in the house instead of bottom to top. So you're going to want to put in what the existing ventilation is. Also, ventilation, there's ventilation upgrade is in there twice. The first time it's ventilation upgrade and it's just a capital U. That's where you're going to put in what type of ventilation they want put back on. So if they have box vents and they want to upgrade to ridge vents, then existing ventilation would say box vents. Ventilation upgrade would say ridge vents. And then ventilation upgrade, that's in all caps, that's where you're going to put any upgrade charge that you are charging that homeowner. The next step is full gutters. And guys, this is a good opportunity to just remind you, we only do full gutter jobs. We don't want to do partial gutter jobs. The reason being, partial gutter jobs are going to look bad, right? So we're going to have, right now, the existing damage, there's a few dents in the gutters. Homeowner never noticed, probably never would have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out. What they have right now is the gutters that they installed probably when they built the house. It's been in the sun fading for multiple years. If we go back on with the exact same color that they installed the day they built the house, it's going to be a noticeable difference because we can't buy faded gutters. So, if we only install part of the gutters, it's not going to look good. So we only want to do full gutter jobs. If they got part of their gutters bought, basically what you want to sell them on is, hey, just take this money from the partial gutter jobs, put that towards your deductible, save yourself some money. Or the other opportunity is if they have partial gutters paid for and they want to do a full gutter job, then what you're going to do is figure out the linear feet that wasn't paid for, price that out. So basically, gutter prices are always changing. So figure out the price per linear foot. If you don't have access to that, just give me a call. But basically, just figure out the numbers, add it up, and say, hey, if you want a full gutter job, they've paid for 60 linear feet. You're going to need an additional 30 linear feet. So that's going to be another $270, whatever the price is. So if you want to pay that out of pocket, we can do that. So those are the options that the homeowners have. So if it's full gutters, you're going to label that. You're going to put in there, let the production manager know that it's either bought or not bought. And then if we're installing the gutters, put a gutter color in there. And then the last two pieces are satellite and driveway damage. So if there's a satellite, with satellite, you just want to indicate whether there's a satellite on the roof. And also whether the homeowner wants us to throw it away or detach and reset. So obviously it's pretty simple. If they want us to throw it away, no problem. If they want it reset, you want to let the homeowner know, hey, when we're done, we're going to put the satellite back in place as close as possible to the way it was before. So we're going to try to put it there, as much as as close to it was before. But we aren't satellite technicians. So if someone has a satellite and they want it reset, you want to coach that homeowner on, hey, you're going to want to call your satellite company, have them come out and reset this. If the satellite company charges them a bill, let them know that if the satellite company charges them the bill, send that to us. We'll send that into the insurance company and get that added on to the loss, because it's a cost that they incurred as part of the loss. With satellite damage, make sure that when you're doing with existing driveway damage, make sure that you are taking a picture of the driveway. So while you're doing your inspection, every time you do an inspection, just a quick click, picture of the driveway. Then that way we've got photos of if there's cracks or damage on the driveway that existed prior to the install. We've got pictures of that, because what happens not a lot of times, but every now and then we put our suppliers drive that massive truck onto people's driveway to rooftop drop shingles. Sometimes driveways get damaged from the weight of that truck. So you want to take a picture of the driveway prior to the install, and then that way if there's damage afterwards, we know, did we do it or was it existing before we showed up? So take a picture of that, put in there whether there was existing driveway damage, so that we have a record of that prior to us dropping off shingles. And then once you have all of this done, you can get into the report. You should see that all of these are filled out. So when you get in that report, if you have any blank spaces between shingle manufacturer and existing driveway damage, you've done something wrong. You need to get in there, fill out the information correctly to get it right. Should be pretty simple. These are all grouped together in the CRM so that if I got all these filled out, I got things done correctly. The file review is just a quick way to double check yourself, make sure you got the work done correctly. So again, this is probably something that needs to be, it's easier to watch someone do it and have them walk you through it. But I wanted to make sure that we did a quick 10 minutes so that you knew that this was part of the process. While you're riding with someone today or later this week, ask them to kind of show you how they do a color confirmation. Next thing we're going to talk about is how we put this into a document in the CRM and have the homeowner sign it. So